Welcome everybody to our Monday edition of On the Town featuring your local hospital. I'm John Cadis, and today my guest is Dr. Tom Lucetti, who's an anesthesiologist here at Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you very much. So in medical school, your first 2 years are mainly classroom work and doing, the basic sciences and learning the book part of it. And the third year is where you start doing your clinical work and you get exposed to a lot of different specialties. And it was at the end of my third year that I decided I was going to go into anesthesiology. Well, I ended up, ironically, just getting a pamphlet when I was in San Francisco from a recruiter. And my wife looked at it and she could tell from the picture that it was Nevada City. And so we ended up calling the recruiter, and that kind of got us on the path to coming up to Grass Valley. I always knew I wanted to be at a smaller hospital going through training. It's nice to end up knowing your surgeons, knowing your fellow anesthesiologists, and knowing the nurses and technicians that you work with. And I've really liked being at a place where I know about the lives of the people that I'm working with. I know, you get used to it just like in playing a sport, like what they're comfortable with, what they're not comfortable with. You can tell when things are going well and when things aren't going quite as well. And so by knowing the people very well and getting very used to their style, I think it translates into actually better care. I think it ends up being, the familiarity ends up really helping us provide better care for the patient. As an anesthesiologist, our role continues to expand. So one of the things that the American Society of Anesthesiology is big on is it's called the surgical home. And they want the anesthesiologist to be more involved in the pre-operative assessment and the pre-operative care. Obviously, we've always been very involved in the intraoperative care, and we will stay involved in that. And then be more involved in the post-operative care. So the role of the anesthesiologist has really changed and expanded and continues to expand. When we end up having patients coming in for surgery, the better care people have taken care of themselves, the easier it is to provide anesthesia for that patient. So when we end up having patients who exercise regularly, they don't smoke, they see their primary care doctor regularly, they take all the medications that they're prescribed as they're supposed to take them, that means their medical conditions are optimized. They're much more likely to have a good outcome from their surgery than someone who's the opposite of that, who is smoking and not taking care of themselves. One of the things we get sometimes is we have patients say, "Oh, I have no medical problems." And the first question I ask them is, "When's the last time you've seen your doctor?" And you'll find out, "Oh, it was 25 years ago." Well, yeah, there's times when that's the case. So it's seeing your doctor regularly, just doing the things that you need to do to take care of yourself, and that will just make it where all aspects of your medical care, including your anesthesia, are easier to deal with.